Cruising down Manchester Street in my drop top, chillin' where you gotta keep the heat when the block hot. Cruising down Manchester Street in my drop top, chillin' where you gotta keep the heat when the block hot. Yeah, on the east side and the west side. Yeah, on the east side and the west side. Cruising down Manchester Street in my drop top, chillin' where you gotta keep the heat when the block hot. Crown my head, I'm getting my.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy CMJ, man, bringing y'all another edition of Total Fandom NBA player props. This time for November 7th, October. It is definitely November. I definitely have the wrong date on the screen. And now that I realize it, I think I had the wrong date on the last video too. I am definitely lacking. I am definitely still tired and behind. But yeah, I'm locked in. Okay, changed it. 11:07. We're in November, right? Yeah. Okay, November. Because Thanksgiving's coming up. Ooh, I can't wait for Thanksgiving. But anyway, NBA player props for Thursday. Thursday slate of games. We got 3 games today. Luckily for me, because when we have like a 10 plus game slate, I get overzealous and I see all these lines and I see some things and I'm like, oh man, like that's look. I'll get into that. I will get into that later. I don't want to waste a lot of time with the intro because right now it's 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So uh, people are up, people are active, people are trying to get information, and the lines are going to move soon. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I don't want to waste you guys' time. So let's get into it. I'm going to give you my first pick for today. It is, excuse me. I'm going to go with something super simple. Anthony Richardson, alt 3-pointers made. Alt 3-pointers, okay? If you want to go over, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. He's taking the shots. The usage rate is there. Obviously, I mean, 80%, 86% on the season. I mean, that's what we want to see. Green bean. Um, the only thing that I say will worry me about this matchup is that if the Timberwolves start blowing out the the Bulls, keep up, bro. If the Timberwolves start blowing out the Bulls, then you could, then I would worry. I would hope it's because Anthony Edwards already hit 3 threes, or 4 threes. I would hope that is the case. I would think that's the case, but you never know. It's basketball. Um, I will say this: the Bulls are playing at the fastest pace in the league. So, I if the Timberwolves do start blowing them out, get out to like a 20-point lead, something like that, I'm not gonna necessarily think that's safe. Let's say like somewhere in the third quarter. Now, if it's like mid fourth and Anthony's got 2 threes made and they're up like 20 plus, I would definitely be worried about him being pulled. But given that the Timberwolves like to slow it down and play at a slow pace, it'll be something like a styles fight. So um, basically, the Timberwolves are a better team. If they get up, I think the Bulls have enough talent to at least make it interesting enough for Anthony Richardson to pull these threes. Also, he's taking shots, so um, we want that. We want that. Last thing I'll say about the matchup: shooting guards against Chicago are making about 4.8 threes a game, so that's looking favorable. They're literally dead last in threes made. And then also they're 28th in 3-point percentage given up to shooting guards. So this might be gone by the time that you see this video. So you might already be on it. But Anthony Richardson, three threes made is my first pick. I'm definitely rocking with that. Like the matchup. And even if they start blowing them out, I still like the line hit. Next up, I think I have to wait 10. There we go. Zach LaVine is my next pick for today. Now, He's questionable to play today. He's missed the last 2 games with an abductor strain, but if he does play, I I like this line, right? I'm sorry, this is not the line. That's not the line. That's not the line. I like this line though. But if I like this line, then I really, really like this line. 18 and a half points. Now it's 19 and a half on sleeper. It's been like that ever since the line came out last night. I've been on it. But when I checked props.cash, the projection moved down to 18 and a half for the line. So, well, not the projection, but the line moved down to 18 and a half. The projection that they have here is for 18.9. So, not slated to go too much over, but if you look at the if you look at Zach Levine for the season, I mean, he's been pretty much money on this line. I mean, head to head, I can give you that 67% head to head, 39 points against Minnesota the last time they played, but this was a couple years ago. So eh, this I still love this line. Like 18 and a half is too low for Zach Levine. I mean, have you guys been watching the Bulls play? And I just said that they play at the fastest pace in the league. So if he plays, which he hasn't played in 2 days, he should be fully rested because Williamson definitely burnt me on that yesterday. At that 40 PRA, I told you guys to go under, and he definitely cashed the over at the last second. He got 41. Ugh. Um, and the line didn't even come out at 40. It's crazy. Anyway, well, not on the sleeper. Anyway, Zach Levine, love him for this game. 18 and a half points. I think it's cake. He'll probably get 20, 21, something like that, in my opinion. And I also like the 26 and a half PRA, but this is probably the safer play, in my opinion. So let's move on to the next pick that I got for you guys. Um, I'm pretty sure it's here we go. Nikola Vucevic, my boy. Vooch. Now listen, this is a really good line. 16 and a half points. I like this to go over 88% on the season. I mean, if Zach Levine doesn't play, the points got to come from somewhere. They've been coming from somewhere. Even when Zach has been playing, I mean, he's been clearing this. 16 and a half points just might be too low. And he's 34 years old. So I think that's why it's like still this low. But bro has been cooking from 3-point range, which I'll get into a little bit later in the video. But I like this matchup for Vooch, particularly because like I'm sorry, but I just don't think Julius Randle is as good of a player as Carl Anthony Towns. Um, and he's not as tall. And I'm bringing that up to say, uh, I think I just think that Vooch would have an easier time getting rebounds against Gobert and Randall instead of Towns and Gobert. But that's not really why I like the matchup. I like this matchup because of the points given up by the center position. By the Timberwolves, they rank 24th. They're giving up 25 points to the center position. And I'm not saying that Vooch is gonna get 25 or get 20, but it's definitely a favorable line. He's outside shooting center, so pulling from three is not a big problem for him. This team is also ranked 25th in 3-point percentage given up to centers. That's percentage. They rank 22nd in threes given up to centers. I don't know why I'm looking down here. I just need to be looking up here at you guys. But they're giving up 1.5 threes a game. So I mean, also it's Gobert, so I assume that Vooch will be pulling him out of the paint with that 3-point threat. Obviously, there's just a lot to be said about this matchup for Vooch, who is clearly been a really good player this year. This is the actual line that I'm taking. Sorry. Sorry that I went on that whole little expositional spiel and whatnot. But if I'm taking the 16 and a half points, I'm definitely taking the 19 and a half points and assists. I brought up how the Timberwolves are really basically a bottom team in points given up to centers, 3-point percentage, and 3-pointers made. They're also a bottom half of the league team in assists given up to centers. They're giving up 4.6 assists to centers per game. That's 22nd. Um, if Levine does not play, I want Vooch. You talking about a team that's giving up points and assists to centers at basically one of the worst rates in the league, or yeah, basically one of the worst rates in the league. I want the matchup. And you playing at the fastest pace. They're going to be point scored. They're going to be rebounds. I know I'm not taking the rebounds line here, but I'm I'm just bringing up the pace. I'm bringing up shots going up. That's why I brought up Anthony Edwards taking the 3-pointers made, and even Zach LaVine with the 18 and a half points. Um, I think the last thing that I wanted to bring up about this was, in case you are worrying if Zach LaVine is playing, these are this next one I'm going to show you. These are Vooch's numbers with Zach LaVine court. So, boom. This is the 19 and a half points and assist line with Zach LaVine playing with Vooch this year. Green bean. Talk to me nice. All right. And then so yeah, we're going PA. And then last pick that I got for you guys is for my main selection of NBA picks is DeAndre Ayton. Um okay, I'm gonna stop doing that to you guys. This is not the actual pick. 28 points, rebounds, and assists. That's just the pick that I like. The 28 and a half PRA is the pick that I like that I'm thinking about putting on the slip later. I might put on my close friends or X or something. But the 25 and a half points and rebounds, it was not. Oh, it's 26 and a half here on the screen for you guys. At the time of this recording, when I took the screenshot, it was 26 and a half. Right now, as I'm looking at it again on the screen on my laptop, it is 25 and a half. So it went down in some books. So check underdog, sleeper, parlay, play, whatever you play. It might have gone down, but I like this line for Aiden. So I have some different numbers. Okay, so yeah, 50% hit percentage on the year, but the head-to-head rate is 83%, and I will say that the head-to-head hit rate is, you can't really always go off of that, obviously, because teams change and whatnot. Like last year was Wimby's first year, and so in that game, Aiden had 32 points and rebounds. But the year before that, with no Wimby, it was 30, 31. The year before that, 35. The year before that, 23, 35. This is going all the way back to 2021. So what I'm saying is he's had a history of playing really good against the Spurs, and that one game, that really one really good game against Wimby in 2024. I'm not afraid of the Spurs. Like, if you just been watching them play, they are not honest. They're not the defensive team that I thought they would be. And now that I think about it, Pop being out, Coach Popovich being out, might have something to do with a lack of spirit. I'm just assuming. Like, and that's just a suggestion. I'm not assuming that that's a reason, or like they're not playing with confidence or trying to, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making a assertion or whatever. I'm tired. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. I'm just thinking, like, maybe this is why they aren't a better defensive team in the paint, because I thought they would be. I'm bringing out all up to say I like Aiden, 26 and a half rebounds and assists. I mean, points and rebounds, because like I said in the last matchup, really, like, I'm going more with what I just saw from these teams and what I've got for the numbers so far this year. 21st in points given up to the center position. Okay. And then you got to know that you guys watch basketball. You know that people don't always play their position or play against another player that's playing their position. Like they have power forward / centers. So what I like to do is, like, I like to look at the numbers for against centers and against power forwards, just in case you might get matched up against a power forward, because I mean you might be able to cook that. Um, and then you look at the other team's power forward who they have, and you look at who's out for the Spurs. Sohan is out, and Vassell, and who's out for the Blazers. It's Shaden Sharp, and so yeah, it's just yeah. Anyway, gosh, I gotta do better with my expositional spiel. But points and rebounds, Wimby is not really playing the paint like he's not a paint beast. Like he's so finesse right now. Like I've been taking a lot of shots from the outside, um, working on his working on trying to like dribble past people and through folks and all that, and he more razzle dazzle to his game. And honestly, if you think about it, like DeAndre Ayton, former first round pick, I think he was the number one overall pick if I'm not mistaken. Cast aside by the Suns and all that good stuff. Like, bro's kind of playing like a dog, man. He playing like a dog because everybody forgot about him. And honestly, nobody's thinking about him in Portland. And I'll be honest, I don't be thinking about him like that. Except that like towards the tail end of last year because he was getting some double doubles, and I was like, okay, let me put the line on there. But anyway, I like the experience of Aiden in this matchup against Wimby. I like Aiden to score points. I'm not gonna put a number on it, but the points is really why I'm taking the points and rebounds line. And if it's 25 and a half, I really want it. Um, Spurs are, I had it right here. Oh, here's what, and then here's what really sold me on the line. The Spurs are 22nd in offensive rebounds given up. I can see Aiden grabbing a lot of not a lot, but like maybe 2 or 3 offensive boards, putting them back for easy dunks. He's already a focal point of the offense. He takes majority, well, not majority, but he takes a decent number of shots, like around like I actually got the numbers right here. I don't know why I'm trying to sit here and guess and talk to y'all. Like I don't have the numbers right here in front of me. He's attempting 15 shots a game, so and he's making 9 of them on average, which is pretty good. Like he's been efficient. So and Wimby has not been, like I said, rim protecting, lockdown defender. Like he'll get blocks, but um, like I said, he's not really. I don't think he's really stopping anybody. Um, so yeah, the and the Spurs are 20. I'm giving all these anyway. The Spurs give up a lot of points and assists to this position too. They give up 27 points and assists to the center position. They give up 36 points and rebounds to the center position. And then Aiden is their best player at that position, obviously. And I mean, to be honest, like, do we know who's playing behind Aiden? Like, nobody outside of Portland knows who's playing behind Aiden. So, I'm definitely rocking with the Aiden line here. I love it, honestly, even more than like the projections say. The projections don't even have um they don't the projections here on Props.cash don't even have this line going over from what I can see here, but I do. That's me, because I can't just go with things that just things that I'll be seeing and stuff like that. Like, oh, I'm not going, like, I go with my gut. My gut is telling me that Wimby is not going to be able to stop this dude from scoring, and he might. I, I the rebound line is 11 and a half, and that's too high for me. That is, but I feel like it's a sleeper. I feel like it's a sleeper. That 11 and a half rebound line might be a sleeper because Aiden is. I just don't think he's gonna give it up to Wimby. Like Wimby's not cleaning glass like that. He's not. Like he just had like 5 or 6 rebounds against Alperen Şengün, bro. Like and Şengün had 5. So I'm really not. I'm not sold on Wimby right now. I'm not. He's very disappointing for me. Um. So yeah, those are my NBA picks. I have 4 picks. Wait, was it 4? Yeah, it was 4 picks for you guys. Uh we went Anthony Edwards, all 3-pointers made. We went Zach LaVine over 18 and a half points. We went Nikola Vucevic over 19 and a half points and assists, and DeAndre Ayton over 25 and a half points and rebounds. If it's on your, if that's on your sleeper price picks, whatever you be on, or 26 and a half. Either way, I like it. I'm going over. Those are my 4 NBA picks, my main picks for today. Um, I ooh, mix and match 'em, man. I mean, mix and match 'em because I'll get into the recap of yesterday and how we did. Um, I do have two NFL picks, two NFL player props that I'm going to share with you guys for today. These will be easy. Um, we got the Bengals versus the Ravens. I think this game is in Baltimore. But yeah, games in Baltimore. Games in Baltimore. Bengals are 4-5. Ravens are 6-3. Bengals fighting for their season. And don't get me wrong, the season wouldn't necessarily be over if they lost this game because if they lost this game, they had to play the Chargers next week, and if they lost that game, then the season would basically be over. But we got to focus on it here now. The last time Joe Burrow played this team, he put up like 300 yards passing. I mean, it was a show. It was a show. It was like 50, it was like 100 points scored. Um, it was fun. This is Thursday night football. I mean, divisional matchup. Lamar Jackson is, I think, 5-1 against Joe Burrow all time. So, and now we got Derrick Henry in the mix. No T Higgins though. I think T Higgins is out. Um, Ricky tight end Eric All Jr. is out. Unfortunately, I really like that tight end. I think he'll be out for the year if I'm not mistaken. So that really sucks. And what am I missing? Anything? Okay, those are my picks for tonight's Thursday night football game. Bengals at Ravens. Because unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to watch this game. Um, the first pick I got for you guys is, there we go. Lamar Jackson, 289 and a half passing and rushing yards. I was going to go with the passing yards prop alone. I think it's on Sleeper, it's set at 232 and a half or 233 and a half. One of those, either way, I would have been comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with the alt 225. But let me get the passing rushing yards. I mean, it's Lamar Jackson. He can do whatever he wants with the ball. So Lamar Jackson, 289 and a half passing and rushing yards. I like that prop for tonight. That the Bengals are really not that good of a defense against the pass. They're not that good. They're really just middle of the pack. And like I said, Lamar is probably going to be top 3 in MVP voting this year. You got the threat of Derrick Henry, which, I mean, at this point, we know teams are going to load the box to try to stop Derrick, which will leave that secondary susceptible. And that secondary, I mean, has been getting torched all year. They're giving up 212 passing yards per game. That's 17th. So yeah, stay on the Lamar Jackson passing yards. Or the passing and rushing yards. Either one, like I said, it's going to be a competitive game. And in order for either the Ravens to get up big and the Bengals to have to come back and win, Lamar's going to have to accumulate these yards because it's not going to be Derrick. And in order for Lamar to have to come back and win this game, if they were down or stay competitive, he's going to have to accumulate these yards. So give me Lamar. Give me Lamar on prime time. Give me Lamar this year, right now, in prime time. Next pick. This is the easiest one of the day, I think. Joe Burrow, 1.5 passing touchdowns. They need this game. Also, there has to be a time where I take this pick and it hits. And maybe I'm wrong. But I think I did take this pick when they played the Giants, and I took this pick when they played the Patriots, and I got burned both times. Didn't touch it when they played Philly. Oh no, I did. I took it when they played Philly, and I got burned 3 times. I'm like, kick it. And then when they played the Raiders, I'm like, nah, I'm good. What do you do? Throw for 5. We're taking it again. Hopefully, I'm not bad luck. And this should go over. I mean, this should be easy. And I know T Higgins is not playing, but if, like I said earlier, it doesn't even matter who playing from behind. This game should be full of fireworks. Both these defenses are really not that good, especially if you ask, like, not ask, but if you look at the Ravens, pass defense, dead last in the league. They're giving up 280 yards per game. I'm not going for the yards. I don't want the yards. I want the touchdowns this time. Straight up. Give me 1.5. I don't care if it's, I'm not taking the Jamar Chase anytime because you could throw it to Chase Brown or Yoshivas or Jaceki or Jermaine Burton or some other dude I ain't never heard. Tanner Hudson and Drew Sample. Those dudes could catch touchdowns tonight. You gonna need them. So yeah, give me the 1.5 passing touchdowns as the final play of the main slate of plays that I gave you guys. So it's basically a 6 pick day. NBA X NFL slate. Um, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Um, I'm excited about today, and I'm glad that there isn't a lot to do. I do have some honorable mentions. I can't help it. Um, and I'm gonna just keep it short. I'm gonna keep it short. I'm gonna keep it quick, simple. 4 plays. Honorable mentions. Just think about it. Look at the history. Look at the matchups. And check injury news. Uh, so my honorable mentions for the NBA player props today. Gonna touch on pause Nikola Vucevic again. Double pause just in case. Over 1.5 3 points made. Like I said, just check the matchup. Look at the history. Look at this year. Look at what he's been doing this year. I like the over 1.5 3 points made for Vooch as an honorable mention. But if you want to take the alt one as easy money, do it. He's playing against Gobert. He's not going to score in the paint against Gobert. Like he might go to the free throw line, but he's not going to score in the paint against Gobert on a consistent basis at 34 years old. I'm sorry, and I know they both in their 30s, but like, come on. And Gobert's playing off an ankle injury, so maybe he's a little hobbled. He did play kind of a limited fashion in the last game. Kamara, going back to my guy, Tumani Kamara, who I told y'all to take the last game from the Portland Trailblazers on me. I told y'all to take him. He cashed 1 steal and 1 3 made. Now, if you look at his line, it's literally 1.5 threes made, 1.5 steals. They caught on to me, y'all. They caught on to me. So I am going to take my chance with my guy Kamara. 1.5. I'm gonna go over 1.5 steals. I'm gonna take that one today. They do have his alt 1 3 pointers made on sleeper. So if you want to go something safe, if you feel safer with that, I don't mind that at all. I would suggest that too. Um, but I'm gonna go over 1.5 steals. He, like I said in the last video, I mentioned him, which was maybe 2 days ago or 3 days ago. Sorry. Kamara has had 1 steal in every game this year, at least one, and he's had a couple, actually more than a couple, with more than 1 steal. So I like this as a sneaky honorable mention. And so yeah, the hit rates there. He had 3 steals against the Clippers, so 2 steals against Phoenix, 2 steals against OKC, 2 steals against New Orleans, 2 steals against Golden State. Um, so I and listen, this is my guy. So I like him as an honorable mention. I said I was going to keep this quick, and this is not quick enough. I'll do better next time. Next one is Anthony Simons, alt 2 3. Anthony Simons, alt 2 3 pointers made. Just the alt. I'm not taking 2.5. He's not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch enough of the Portland Trailblazers to be like, oh yeah, he's a burner. He's gonna like. He's not Klay Thompson. I don't know. I'm not good. I don't watch enough. We'll see tonight. But alt 2 3s, I like that. Like for you to hit 2 3s, yeah, he's taking enough 3 pointers for me to be like, okay, I can take 2. If it was 1.5, I'd take it all day. But 2.5 is, I don't even know you like that, bro. Like, keep it real. Um, so yeah. And the last one I got is an NFL one. Joe Burrow over 9.5 rushing yards. Sleeper, low key a sleeper pick. Because if they are down in this game and Joe Burrow is not able to get a second passing touchdown, because he's gonna get one, but if he's able to not get a second one, I'm pretty sure at some point in time he's gonna run for 10 yards. He's averaging 3 rushing attempts a game. I like the odds like for one of the I like the odds for one of those to be like 4, another one to be like 7, and then he goes over. One of them could be like 10, and then you don't have to worry about it. So like Joe Burrow over 9.5 rushing yards as one of the honorable mentions on the list. Like I said, okay, let me repeat that for you guys real quick because I know I talk a lot. Vooch, um, Nikola Vucevic, over 1.5 3 pointers made or alt 1 3 pointer. Uh, Tumani Kamada. I don't know why I say Kamada like that. Over 1.5 steals. That's my guy. Anthony Simons, all 2+ 3 pointers made. And Joe Burrow over 9.5 rushing yards for today, for Thursday, November 7th. I got a lot of uhs in there. Cause I'm tired. Making this video. But I have fun. I have fun. I love it. Um, I don't mind at all. Oh, that's why you guys couldn't see the hit rate. That's why you guys can see the hit rate because I got this at the bottom right here. I'm so goofy. I'm so goofy. Um, yeah. So before I recap yesterday's picks, I will put the picks that I have for today up on the screen for you real quick, like just like a minute or two, so you can see the hit rates. Because I had this banner up um, at the bottom the whole time, and I just forgot because I'm like I said, tired. Please forgive me. So yeah, this is not the one. The first one was the picks that we got that I have for you guys. Anthony Edwards, all 3 pointers made. You can see the hit rate at the bottom of the screen, 100% on the year. I already explained to you guys why I like this earlier. And then the next one, Zach Levine, 26 and no, that's not the one. This is the one. 18.5 points. Zach Levine, 18.5 points. That's the one. That's the second one that we like for today. You can see the hit rate right there. I told you guys why I like this one earlier. Bulls play at the fastest pace. If he plays today, I think he's going to clear this like easy. I mean, they're going to need points. This is their best player, and he's had 2 games worth of rest. So, yeah, I like that. And then the other pick that you guys couldn't see um, what was it? The hit rate for was Nikola Vucevic, 19.5 points and assists. I mean, look at it. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that. The hit rate is beautiful. 88% is beautiful. Head to head, 100% is magnificent, honestly, if you ask me. And that was with Gobert and Towns. And you know what I think of Randall. So I really love this line. Um, and then the other one that I have for you guys, pop up on the screen right now. No. These are the numbers with Levine when he plays with Levine, which is obviously still cake. And it was Aiden. Here we go. DeAndre Aiden, 26.5 points and points plus rebounds. You can see the hit rate right there, 50% on the year, but 83% head to head. Like I mentioned earlier, like only one of those games was against Wimby, and the rest of those were against a lesser Spurs team. Either way, this Spurs team is still giving up points to the center position, position. Excuse me. Um, Second chance points and offensive rebounds. So I definitely like this line to go over for today. You can see the hit rate right there. And then the NFL picks that I have for you guys, which were Lamar Jackson. That's not it. This happened earlier. Sorry. Lamar Jackson, 289.5 passing and rushing yards. You can see the hit rate right there in the season. Honestly, I don't really like NFL hit rates, like when they go super green like that or look like that. But like, I'll be honest. I mean, if you just been watching Lamar, like I said earlier, like bro's been cooking, like he's been sauteing, and I explain why I like this line. So yeah, you can see the hit rate right there. And Joe Burrow, this is why we're taking it. 67% hit rate, 50% head to head. We're not worried about the head to head matchup. We're worried about the situation. We're worried about the context. Thursday night football, 4-5. You need this win to stay in the to stay in the divisional race, let alone the playoff race. Um, and the last time you played this team earlier this year, you had 300 plus yards. I expect you to cook. Oh, and 5 touchdowns. He threw 5 touchdowns the last time they played Baltimore. He threw 5. I didn't even mention that. Oh yeah, come on. Let's not play around. Let's not play around. Take it before it's gonna expire. You guys know that's gonna expire. Like that's if you bet regularly, you know that's gonna expire. So yeah, that was cool. Those are my picks for today. Those are the hit rates. Sorry that the video is so long. I'm still working on making shorter content. Please forgive me. Um, I just talk a lot, and sometimes, I just don't know what to say. So yeah. and I just be winging it. Like I said, my gut, I got some numbers, and I love the numbers. Don't get me wrong, I love the numbers. I use them in arguments all the time. But the eye test matters too, and that's why you got to watch these games. That's why I got to go back and watch these games. That's why I got to go back and see what happened. Who got pulled? Who got fouled out? Who got ejected? Who got what? Oh, why did Edie come out against the Lakers? Oh, no AD. Well, why do we need your big self in there? We could just run a small ball lineup because that's what the Lakers are doing. So anyway, that's important. Let's recap yesterday. The picks that I posted in yesterday's video. Um, how do I say this? I just I just gotta narrow my tree down. So hopefully today is a nice narrow tree of picks that I can like flip money off of because like as you can see like I'll explain to you what happened yesterday, but like we had a solid day yesterday and we just put like the wrong picks together. You know how that goes. So um I'll explain right here on the screen. You can see yesterday the results. We took Morant over 8.5 assists. He did not hit that. He had five. Played limited minutes against the Lakers. I really don't know what that was about, honestly. Sabonis over 20.5 rebounds and assists. He is honestly a lot. Like he is almost as close of a lock to me as Nikola Jokic at this point. But he had 24, so that was cash. Michael Porter Jr. over 1.5 assists, the community pick. 3 assists, cash. Evan Mobley over 24.5 PR points and rebounds. He hooked. He had 24. I don't count that as a win. I don't count hooks as wins because I don't like that's unless it's a push that I put on there. I don't count that as a win. There was I think on underdog it was 23.5. So if you took that on 20 on underdog, congratulations. Because that cash because he literally had 24. Jokic, that's my dog. That's my dog. I don't know how inflated his lines are gonna be now because he just obliterated the Thunder on the stat sheet. And I know it wasn't like a 50-point triple double, but bro, 23, 19, and 16 is ridiculous, bro. Like, what are we talking about? Like, what are we 23, 19, and 16? I said I'm taking the triple double. I literally put that on. I said 0.5 blocks is the sleeper pick that I really love. He had 2 blocks, by the way. 2 blocks, by the way, and 2 steals. So in games where I really expect for it to be competitive, I might take that line every time. Um, 22.5 rebounds and assists. That was easy cake. I didn't even put the number right here. Oh, I did. Um, oh, I did. But yeah, 22.5 rebounds and assists. He hit that and he had the triple double. So green, 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 all three of those picks. He had here it is right here. He had 20 points, 19 rebounds because there was a stat change. 20 points, 19 rebounds, 16 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals. Whew, goodness. And then the last one, Bradley Beal, the last pick of the main picks. Bradley Beal over 1.5 threes made. He had 1 3 made out of 4. It was just a Kevin Durant night. Yeah, I'm going to change how I bet on the Suns. I definitely have some notes here that I'm going to like find some time to put in one of these videos because I do have some notes about how I'm going to bet on these teams moving forward. Like the Indiana Pacers are banned. They're banned. They're banned. We're not betting on them. Miami Heat, they're banned. We're not betting on them. We're not betting on those guys. If they play each other, oh yeah, that's an easy game I can stay away from. They're banned. The Charlotte Hornets are teetering on band. No, 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 not them. The Orlando Magic. The Magic are teetering on band. Franz, is he back? I need to see. I need to see. Um, and then there's no Boncaro, so and I don't trust Anthony Black as a consistent option for me in any of my slips. Anyway, so the main picks, if you want to count just the players that we talked about, it's 3 out of 6 that we got correct. If you want to talk about like the the individual lines themselves, then it's 5 out of 8 because I took the Jokic blocks, rebounds, and assists and triple double. So um I'm gonna count the lines in themselves individually because it's not like on sleeper or underdog you can put those together. So like you'd have to yeah, yeah, I don't think that should just count as one person if it's individual lines. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna count that as 5 for 8 for the main picks. I'm gonna try to. I gotta keep the picks down. It's just when you got one player that's like Jokic, you know, in a matchup against OKC, you gotta get. I gotta give you guys the best. I gotta give you guys the best. I gotta give you guys the best of what I can find. And so that's why the videos are so long. And I don't at that point I don't care. I don't mind. Like I mean, you're in it for the best content that you can find, I would assume. So anyway, the honorable mentions for yesterday, Edie, I think it's Zach, right? Zach Edie over 1.5 blocks and steals. He only played 15 minutes. His rebound line was also 7.5. He hooked that. He had 7. So I don't think they're gonna. I don't know. I can't get a beat on how they want to play him. I can't honestly. Um, and I want to. I want to bet on him. So I'm not banning the Grizzlies. I can't ban the Grizzlies because I got Ja. Um, Darius Garland over 6.5 assists. I honestly can't believe I was right about that. I'm actually so right. I'm so happy. He cashed that. That was cool. Jaden Ivey over 3.5 rebounds. Another line that I honestly can't believe I was right about. But then again, I did provide the numbers and I did provide the matchup and all that. Yeah, I should have just put that. A lot of my honorable mentions shouldn't even be honorable mentions. They should probably just be like main picks at this point. But they're honorable mentions because they are. I feel like they're risky, so that's why they're honorable mentions. Okay, I'm talking too much. Um, OG Anuobi, over 1.5 3 pointers made, over 1.5 assists. He had 3 3 pointers made. He had 3 assists. I'm not gonna lie. In the first quarter, he missed 3 threes. In the first quarter, he missed 3 threes, and that's when I was like, okay. Like I literally was like, not the shoulder shrug, but like I was like, bro, you're making me look bad. Like you're making me look so bad. Like I literally have the homie hit me up right before like the games. Like, bro, I need one more line, and I suggested OG in we have one of 3 picks. I suggested OG. He said he needed like one more pick, and I'm like, you did not just go over 3 in the first quarter from 3 point range. Like what the hell, dude? Um, but that just comes with the game. It's fun. And then this one was kind of odd, so I'm not. Yeah, I'm actually gonna count it because it's still cash. So Peyton Pritchard, like I said, when I posted that video, I stated that was up around midnight, and I saw a Peyton Pritchard line that came out at 7.5 points. Then I went back and it wasn't there. So when we find out Jaylen Brown doesn't play, the Pritchard line came out at 14.5. He came in there. I ain't gonna lie, I watched the game for like the first half or like the first 3 quarters. I was switching between games and he wasn't hitting shots. And then Buddy started heating up and cooked and went over the 14.5 points line. So either way, he was gonna go over the points line. I'm gonna count that as a win for me. Um like I definitely had an eye on Peyton Pritchard and no, I'll be honest, like I do watch other people make this kind of content. So and nobody that I watched brought up Peyton Pritchard. Um I'm not saying like I'm special or I'm like I got the script, but I'm just saying nobody brought up Peyton Pritchard. Like y'all know he was he coming off the bench shooting threes. I'm just saying. So uh for the honorable mentions, we got 4 out of 5, correct? 5 out of 8 if you count OG as 2 picks because the threes and the assists. And all in all, on the day, if you just count the players, it's 7 out of 11. 7 out of 11. If you count the picks individually, the lines themselves, it's 10 out of 14. So like I said, I'm going to count the lines themselves. So we went 10 for 14 yesterday. The day before that, we went 14 for 17 because we're not counting the Giannis DNP. Stressful. 14 for 17 is hard to go 100. 10 for 14, I'm kind of about that. I'm kind of mad about that. Like we were this close. But still that's pretty good though. I did the math. It's a 77% hit rate. That's really good. Uh it's really good. So I am I feel like yesterday I was feeling myself too much, but it wasn't that bad when I went back and looked at the stats and see who hit and who didn't. So hopefully today I gave you guys some good picks. Uh with the Vooch, and I really hope Vooch works out. I feel like he gonna cook um, with the NFL picks. And I appreciate you guys watching the video and liking, subscribing, leaving comments and whatnot, hitting me up for some more picks. Even though right after I make this video or edit this and get this out, I'm going to sleep. And yeah, man, I'm probably gonna take a break tomorrow because I'm transitioning occupation, so I got to get my new schedule together and all that good stuff. But I'll probably just if I'm not taking a break, you'll see another video. So there's that. So yeah, I think I've mentioned everything I need to mention. Those are my picks for today. Good luck to you guys. You don't have to put them all on one slip, but you can definitely mix and match them. And yeah, man, let's make some money. Anyway, I'm CMJ. That's Total Fandom. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.